Alright, Knights of the Frozen Throne card review, part 1. Hope to come out with a few more videos after this one. As of now, the Blizzard has released about 40 to 50 cards. I'm going to review them. This one will be strictly for just constructed play, seeing what decks they will fit into, and I'll rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. First card, we got Spreading Plague. It's a Druid card. We'll start with Druid, go in the alphabetical order they have them listed here. It's a 5 mana, summon a 1/5 Scarab with Taunt. If your opponent has more minions, cast this again. This is a new mechanic they're adding to the game. I've seen it in a few cards so far, this cast this again line. It's definitely an interesting card. J Druid, it could fit in there, I guess, because J Druid doesn't really play any 5-cost cards, I don't believe. No, not really. I don't know what you'd really substitute out. Maybe weapon removal, or maybe like a spare Tar Creeper if you have one or something. But that can be helpful against aggro. But this card, if you're playing a token deck, sure, it's great. You're gonna be, protected well. If you're not playing a token deck, it's kind of garbage. I guess if you are playing the token Druid, where you're trying to buff your own minions, still you're kind of controlling the board. I just don't see it being that great. You definitely have to find a specific deck to put this in where you are not really behind on the board, but you're not so far ahead. It's tough. Right now I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars because it could be really powerful. If you're filling your board with... What does it need to be good? For 5 mana, if you get 2 1/5s, is that good? A 2/10 for 5 mana with Taunt? I guess that's pretty good. Granted, you're not doing much damage, but you're stalling for sure. For sure, for sure. If you get 315, I guess I'm kind of talking myself into it. Alright, let's go 3 out of 5. I think this card's decent. It could definitely get even better with more cards they release. 3 out of 5. Next card, we got Fate Spinner. It's an epic for Druid. It's a 5 mana 5/3. It reads choose a death rattle secretly. Another new mechanic where you get to secretly choose a death rattle and choose a death rattle in general, right? I know there's been obviously Druid has always had to choose one for effects, but I don't think there's been a death rattle. Deal 3 damage to all minions or give them +2/+2. So very interesting. Board control or buff. It's a really good card, I think, because A, it's a death rattle card, B, it has low health, so you know its effect is going to kick in, and it's not going to be hard for it to have that effect actually work in your favor. Turn 5, you need to clear the board, deal 3 damage to all minions, or you got a board, give them +2/+2. That looks pretty good to me. I think it was a great card, actually. It's a really, really interesting design, really cool new effect here. I think it's great, because, you think about it, what other cards deal 3 damage to all minions, or just anything as an AoE? You got Lightning Storm, I guess, for Shaman. That's a 3 mana, but you have an Overload of 2, so it's pretty much the same thing. Except this doesn't have Overload. It's the same cost in general, because next turn you wouldn't have the same, but this one, obviously you could play Lightning Storm earlier. You got Hellfire. That one deals damage to the heroes as well, but this gives you a 5/3 body. I just think this card's really good. It's definitely a 4.5 star card for sure. Next card, we got the legendary for Druid is Hadronox. It's a 9 mana 3/7. 9 mana 3/7. It just seems weak, especially where it has no. It has a death rattle, yeah, but doesn't have any like taunt, any kind of boost to its ability, any kind of divine. Divine Shield would be bad. I don't think this card's very good because it has death rattle and it has 7 health. So you need to ram this thing into something that has 7 attack, hopefully, and that's your opponent having something with 7 attack isn't that often. Granted, its effect is great if you could trigger it, summon your taunt minions that died this game. Taunt and Druid. So if you're playing Jade Druid, you just really have the Jade Behemoth and the Primordial Drakes. That'll give you some bodies, help you stall out. But turn 9, oh man, that 9 mana is just tough. I feel like if it was like I don't know. I just don't think this card's very good. We're gonna rate it a 1 star. I just don't like it. Too slow. turn 9 you're gonna play it, and then you can't really play anything else unless you have Innervate still. And granted, even with Innervate, you can't play much else. Yeah, 1 star. Moving on to Hunter cards. The first card we got here is Bear Shark. It's a 3 mana 4/3. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. It's a pretty interesting card. I really like it just for the new Build a Beast mechanic when you become Deathstalker or Rexar, because you can create small minions that can't be targeted, or big minions that can't be targeted, or anything that can't be targeted. That's really good. Hunter never had a card that can't be targeted, so I like that a lot. And by itself, it's a great 4/3 in Hunter. 3 mana. There is a lot of 3 mana cards already in the most mid-range Hunter decks. You got Animal Companion, your weapon, the Eagle Horn Bow. You got, what else is there? I know I'm missing one. Kill Command. You got, I guess those 3 are the main ones. There's a couple others that sometimes see play in that deck. It could definitely fit in there though. I like it. I mean, if you play this, then turn 4 you Houndmaster it. It's a 6/5 that can't be targeted with taunt. That's a threat for sure. We're gonna go 3.5 stars. Let's go 4 stars. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Next card we got Stitch Tracker. It's a 3 mana 2/2. Surprisingly, it's not a beast in my eyes, but it does have a really good battle cry. Discover a copy of a minion in your deck. So just creating card draw. Hunter always has trouble with card draw, running out of steam. Having that ability, if you get a good minion, is going to be nice for sure. I like that a lot. But again, it's another 3-cost card. That's tough to play. Right now, oh man, if it was a beast, it would be a little bit better. I think I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Venom Strike Trap. 2 mana secret, new secret for Hunter. When one of your minions is attacked, summon a 2/3 poisonous cobra. Is this good? No. I just don't see it being good. Because your minion's already being attacked, and it's going to get hit no matter what. So it's probably dead. Most people don't attack unless they can kill it. And then you're summoning a cobra that it's still your opponent's turn. They could easily just kill it with a spell or a smaller minion that just has enough attack. If this was like something cool, I don't know. Not like well, I guess if it was like Noble Sacrifice, that'd be kind of interesting. But that'd be kind of overpowered, and Hunter Secrets only cost 2. I feel like that would have to cost 3. But yeah, right now I don't like this card. 0 stars, honestly. Next card, Abominable Bowman. See what they did there? Abominable Snowman. Snowman, what do you want to say? It's a 7 mana. That's really high. 6/7, Death Rattle. Summon a random friendly beast that died this game. So, the Hunter deck archetype would have to change dramatically, I feel like, for this card to be good. Because you want a beast that's, solid stats, somewhat big. You don't want an alley cat or tabby cat, or kindly grandmother would be mediocre. Razor Maw, meh, you don't get the battle cry. Hyena, I guess, would be okay. I feel like there's too much of a risk because it's a random friendly beast. You do not get any kind of discover mechanic or any really say unless you change the deck itself to become more based around this card. Right now, I just don't see it being very good. It's like and again, another Death Rattle with 7 health. You gotta ram it into stuff a couple times for it to really get its effect, and who knows if its effect is gonna benefit you, really. I would give it a 1 star at the moment. Next, we got the new Hunter Legendary, Professor Putricide. He is a 4 mana 5/4. Reads, after you play a secret, put a random Hunter secret into the battlefield. A lot of value here. I really like the value of this card. So obviously the dream is Cloak Huntress turn 3. You have secret in your hand. I guess you could play one to try to slow it down, but you'd want to hold it to play it with Professor Putricide next turn. You play it, you can play the secret, maybe 2, you get 2 extra secrets. That's a big shift in momentum of the game. It's a huge tempo play. A lot of value. It's very interesting. I could see it being pretty good. At the moment, I'll rate it 3 stars. Again, the Hunter deck would have to transform itself a little bit into like a secret hunter, which could be done. The secrets are already pretty decent, the ones we've had previously. And with this, it's just a lot of random generation. You can get a big advantage if you get some good, explosive traps or snipe or freezing trap or even what's the cat one? Cat trick summons the 4/2 stealth panther. That's it's pretty good. I like it. Next, we get the hero card. Deathstalker Rexar. It's got a battle cry, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions, and you gain 5 armor. That's nice. Turn 6, it's okay. You generally are playing high main on turn 6 if you have it, but if you play this, your opponent has a big board, get a little bit of control. And your hero power does change to Build Beast, which is very interesting. You can create some very unique minions with this, good and bad. But the Hunter hero power itself is so good. I don't know why you'd want to get rid of it. The way the deck is played right now, obviously you're playing fast and your hero powering that's 2 damage every turn, just bang, 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 bang. It's, it's nice just to have that extra 2 damage. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. 2.5 stars for Deathstalker Rexar. It is cool to get the AoE for Hunter. They really don't have one other than explosive trap, I guess you'd say. And that's not really AoE, that's something that has to be triggered by your opponent. It's not something you can just be like, bam, there you go. It's nice. 2.5, 3 stars for Deathstalker Rexar. It's cool. Definitely has some potential. Next, we're moving on to mage cards. We got, first one is Cold Wraith. This card's just good. 3 mana, 3/4. It's a great body. That's for 3 mana, that's amazing stats already. And then it has a battle cry too, of if an enemy is frozen, draw a card. If you can tell me I can play a 3 mana, draw with the body of a 3/4 and draw a card, that's awesome. That's just awesome. This is a really good card. Granted, in your mage deck, what are you taking out to put this in? Your card draw in mage is from your Arcane Intellect. Your Acolyte of Pain, if you're playing that. In the older days, people played Loot Hoarder, but that's not around too much anymore. So, could you take out Acolyte of Pain for this? Acolyte of Pain? I don't know, I'm saying Alkalite. You could. If there's definitely more freezing effects, which we'll see coming up. It's not, I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I think it's like a 3.5, 4-star card. I really like this card. It's just going to be tough to squeeze it into the mage deck. If there's a whole new mage deck based around freezing, then possibly I'd rate it even higher, because it'd have a very strong effect on that deck. Next card we got is Ice Walker. It's a 2 mana, 1/3. Your hero power also freezes the target. Interesting. So, if you play this on turn 2, it's really not that great because it's just a 1/3 on the board, and he could probably kill it, which is probably what's going to happen. You'd want to play a turn 4? It could be good. It's tough. If it was a 1/4, I think it'd be better. Because you can't really play this on 2 and then try to play Cold Wraith next turn, because nothing's going to happen. It's 1.5-star card. It's interesting. I think it'll be really good. They're really annoying anyways in Arena, for sure. I'll say 2-star card. 2-star card. Next one, we get the Doomed Apprentice. Oh, it's a they picked the art from the Sorcerer's Apprentice and made her a Death Knight, I guess, pretty much. She's undead looking. But this one's a 3 mana, 3/2. So it's 1 more mana for making your opponent's spells cost 1 more instead of 1 less mana, and your spells cost 1 less. It's just garbage, right? Like, it's got 2 health. On turn 3, you're playing something with 2 health? 0. Maybe a half a star. I don't like that card at all. Next, got a 4 Ghastly Conjurer. It's a 4 mana 2/6 battle cry. Add a mirror image spell to your hand. That's pretty good. I mean, that's really good, especially for a quest mage. Just adds another minion to stall for you. That gives you a spell. It's decent. You know, it's not going to see play in like a control mage really or secret mage. But definitely, they're definitely this card is made for the quest mage, in my opinion. Because that deck, you're trying to stall, you're trying to, wait till the end. You get your combo with the Sorcerer's Apprentice and Antonitis and the Molten Reflections, and this just gives you another spell to add, and it gives you one that stalls, the Mirror Image, so you get the 2/0/2 taunt minions. It only costs one. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Definitely for that deck, it's pretty good. But other than that, since it's only viable in that deck, it's like a 2.5-star card right in the middle. Next, we got Syndragosa. 8 mana, 8/8 dragon. Battlecry, summon 2/0/1 frozen champions. So, pretty much 8 mana for 3 minions. 8/10 technically. These do not have taunt or anything, but they do have a death rattle of add a random legendary minion to your hand. Definitely interesting. It's got great value, I guess. Granted, you're going to have to play it. You got to find a way to kill these things. You're probably just pinging them with your hero power, or if you have Volcanic Potion. But if you're pinging them with your hero power, that means you gotta wait 2 turns to get both legendaries. And what if you get a bad one? What if you get Shifter Zerus or Sergeant Sally or something like that? Something weird. I mean, it could win you a game, it could lose you a game, but I just think it's too slow. It's just really, really slow. At 2 stars for me. It's a really cool card. I love the art on this. This is awesome. But as a card design, it's definitely interesting. Summoning things that give you other things is an interesting mechanic, but I just think it's a little bit too slow. Next, we got Jaina, the Death Knight. Frostlich Jaina. 9 mana, Battlecry, summon a 3/6 water elemental. Your elementals have lifesteal this game. Definitely cool. Way to gain health back for sure, like really for sure, because you gain the 5 armor as well. And your hero power also changes to Icy Touch, which is deal 1 damage, and if it kills a minion, you summon a water elemental. So that's a lot of life gain if you can keep the chain going and actually be pinging things that, die. Is there any world where you play Syndragosa, turn 8, then Frostlich Jaina, turn 9, and you just start pinging off your frozen champions, and you get water elementals and a legendary to your hand? I mean, that's crazy value. But the thing is, the turns that you're playing those cards, the turn 8 and turn 9, those are the only cards you're playing. You're not playing, like a Frost Nova or some kind of effect to control the board, Blizzard, Flame Strike, any even like Frostbolts, anything. You're not playing anything. So you're going to have to live. You need big time control for that to work. I don't know if that will work. It would have to be like a Dream turn 7 where you like Frost Nova Doomsayer, they can't kill it, and then you drop Syndragosa and then that. It's definitely interesting. I like it a lot. It could make an elemental mage deck pretty good. Again, the art's pretty crazy on this too. Their hair, the crystals, the pink stripe. But I think I like this better than Syndragosa. I rate it 3 stars. It's definitely got a little bit more potential than Syndragosa in my opinion. The lifesteal effect is really cool because with mage you're always getting your ice block popped. You're getting low, and even if it's before your block is popped, you're able to restore some health before your opponent can pop your block. That's huge for mage. Yeah, I'll go 3.5 stars, Frostlich Jaina. I'm talking myself into thinking it's a little bit better of a card. I like it. Next, moving on to Paladin. First one, we get the Chillblade Champion. It's a 4 mana 3/2 charged lifesteal. So you don't want to attack minions with this if you can, because you want to get max value. So you go face, you gain 3, and then he attacks it, and you gain 3 more. So it's a 6, 4 mana, restore, 6 health, 3/2 body. It's not bad. If you get it late game and you do something crazy like put a Blessing of Kings on it, or, I mean, technically if you get a turn where you have 10 mana, you could Spike Ridge Steed it, and that's crazy. That'd be a 5/8 charge lifesteal. It's pretty good. And taunt. It's pretty good. I like this card. Definitely right in the middle. I'll give it 3 stars. For what deck it would go in though? Some kind of aggro Murloc deck, I guess. Would it go in control Paladin? Control Paladin already has so much healing that I don't know if it needs it. I think it would definitely need to go in a more fast-paced deck. Definitely a deck. Blessing of Kings would be really good too. 2.5 stars this card. Next we get the Howling Commander. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Draw a Divine Shield minion from your deck. As you'll see the next couple cards, they're trying to push the Divine Shield mechanic in Paladin. So it does have some synergy, but I mean 3-mana 2/2. Draw a Divine Shield minion. What Divine Shield minions do you actually want in your Paladin deck? The new legendary, I guess, the Bolvar. Wicker Flame Burn Bristle. Other than that, nothing really starts with Divine Shield. Maybe Argent Squire. Some people run Argent Squire in like the Murloc pirate list. But that's not really something you want to... I mean, I guess if you draw it, you're not dead drawing it on a turn. You're pulling it out on purpose. I just don't think this card's very good in any Paladin deck. It's a 1-star card. The Light's Sorrow. So they're kind of going against Light's Justice here, where they're both 1/4s, but this one costs 4, where Light's Justice only costs 1. And it doesn't have an effect, but this one does. It reads, after a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, gain +1 attack. So again, Divine Shield mechanic, you're going to need a lot of Divine Shields for anything to happen, but so many people are running weapon removal that for 4 mana, it's just going to get shut down, I feel like. I mean, are you really going to put this in over True Silver? No. Are you going to put it in over Rallying Blade? Maybe, but probably not. I just don't think this is very good. It's a 1-star card in my opinion. Next we got Bolvar Fireblood, the legendary. 5 mana 1/7, Divine Shield. After a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, gain +2 attack. I mean, this is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. You're guaranteed a 5 mana 3/7, right? Because he has Divine Shield. So you get 1 free damage before he gets hurt. But then he's just a 3/7. It's okay, it's got potential. You definitely need a lot more Divine Shield guys out there, but like I said before, you're not really running that many in a deck. There definitely need to be a bigger Divine Shield minion. I mean, I guess you can run, Grime Street Protector, but that would be 2 turns after you play this card. Oh, what's a 2/2 that gives it? Gives someone it's a 3 mana 2/2 that gives a friendly minion a Divine Shield. So, yeah, it's just tough though. It's okay. It definitely has potential. I like the card. The art on this again is amazing. Look at that. It kind of looks like a molten, like lava man. But anyways, yeah, it's like a 3-star card. It could be better. 2.5 star, 3-star card. Next, moving on to Priest. First Priest card, Spirit Lash. One of the first cards revealed in the set. It's a lifesteal, deal 1 damage to all minions. So it's an AoE for Priest, but it's not a strong AoE at all. The only way to buff it is from spell damage or Velen. But that's kind of a weird combo to do it with. Do Priests run spell power? No. Blood Mage Thalanos? Eh. I just think it's average at best. It's 2 mana, lifesteal. Deal 1 damage to all minions. So, yeah, I'm just not a big fan. It's like a 1.5 star card in my opinion. It's cool that you can gain a little health, but I mean, you really need to gain health. You're Priest, you can heal yourself for 2 mana. There's never going to be a full board against you when you're playing it. Yeah, I just don't think it's very good. 4 mana, Eternal Servitude. Discover a friendly minion that died this game and summon it. I mean, that's really cool. Would you play it in like a one of in the Highlander Priest, where you got Um, who would be cool to bring back? Who would be cool to bring back? Velen, obviously, but no one plays Velen. Injured Blade Master. That's not terrible because it doesn't hurt itself. You get the force 7. Um, anything with any kind of effect. Obviously, it's a super late game card, I guess, because you don't want to play a turn 4 where you're bringing back, like, what would you even bring back that would be good? Radiant Elemental? Meh. Noshire Cleric? Meh. It's like 4 mana, play a 1/3. It's okay. You definitely want to play it late game, though. You could not play it early. I'd give it 2 stars. I know someone will come up with some crazy combo deck where you play, like, Velen early on, and then somehow you discover him. Because again, remember, it's got to be 1 of 3 cards, so you can't play that many minions if you want it to be Velen. And then you Mind Blast him twice for like 20 damage in 1 turn. It'd be pretty cool. We'll see. Embrace Darkness. I don't know why this card looks blurry, but it's a 6 mana. Choose an enemy minion at the start of your turn and gain control of it. So it's a shitty version of Mind Control. And they have a chance to just kill it off. Can you say, 0? In my opinion, I think that's a 0. That's a 0. I just don't see how it's good. Turn 6, you gotta pay 6 mana for that. And you're not even guaranteed the card back. So you can't have anything on your side of the board. Right? Because, I mean, you don't want them to damage it. I just don't see it. Moving on to Rogue. Leeching Poison, 2 mana, give your weapon lifesteal. Zero? Alright, so your hero power with this is garbage. That's just two life gain. Obsidian Shard is what? 3/3? It's 4 mana 3/3. That's 6 mana 3/3 lifesteal. So you're getting 9 health for 6 mana. And he could just destroy it. It's not good. Assassin's Blade's a 5 mana 3/4. 7 mana. Gain 12 health. It's just not good. I don't see what deck you'd put it in either. 0. Plague Scientist. 3 mana. 2/3 combo, give a friendly minion poisonous. I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. But I don't think it's good. When's it going to be good? You play it with patches for an insta-kill if you're playing Rogue? But what card are you taking out of your deck to put this in? For like a maybe good card? What card are you taking out of like Miracle Rogue? I don't think you're taking anything out. It's a 1-star card. Maybe 1.5. Next we got the Shadow Blade. It's a new weapon for Rogue, which they need, I think. Rogues are known for having weapons, and there really aren't any good weapons in Rogue. Shadow Blade, Battle Cry, your hero is immune this turn. So you get a free 3 damage, which is nice. Finish something off. Again, I don't see what card it's going to replace. Unless you're playing like an elemental rogue, like a value kind of rogue, which some people have been trying to do with Phoenixes and Blaze Callers, Calamoses, Servant of Calamos, and got some weapons in there. It's not bad. I mean, say you hit something with your minion, you finish it off with that. That's decent. And 1.5 stars, 2 stars at the most. Moving on to Shaman, we got Icebreaker. 3 mana, 1/3. Destroy any frozen minion damaged by this. So A, you gotta free something. B, you gotta have this weapon equipped. C, you gotta face tank damage. Not good. I don't think it's good anyways. Unless, for whatever reason, you're playing Violet Illusionist in your deck. And you're immune, and you just start whacking things like crazy. Nah. 0. Maybe 1. Maybe a half. Not 1. So the next card is definitely better. It's Voodoo Hexer. It's a 5 mana 2/7 taunt. Freeze any character damaged by this minion. What is it? It's like a witch lady. She's got really long hair. Kind of looks like a like an undead like Ariel, the mermaid. Whatever. It's got a good sized body. I mean, you relate it to the warrior card, Alley Armorsmith for sure. It's got the same stats, 5 mana 2/7. Except you're not getting armor, you're freezing. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. They're pushing the freezing theme for Shaman hard. Hard. So it's definitely got great synergy with a lot of the new cards here. I'd rate it 3 stars. I mean, if you're going to put it in a Shaman deck, what are you putting it in? Token Shaman? I don't think so. Control Shaman with Elementals? It's not terrible in that, I guess. Definitely a stall card. But it's definitely going to have to be a new type of deck for Shaman with a lot of freeze effects. But even so, freeze effects with this card, I just don't really like it. It's a 3-star card. Cryostasis, 2 mana. Give a minion +3/+3 and freeze it. So you're doing it to your own minions to make them better. If it was like +4/+4, I think it'd be worth it. But say you play like a taunt early and put that on it, it's not bad because I mean it's still doing its job. It's taunting damage for you. But if you're just putting it on a minion that with, nothing, then it's kind of average. It's cool. It's not great. It's like a 1-star card, 1.5 maybe. The legendary Murabi. 6 mana 4/4. Whenever another minion is frozen, add a copy of it to your hand. Why is it so weak? Why is it a 4/4? I just don't see how that accomplishes anything. This is a 6 mana 6/6 or 6/5. I just don't see how 4/4 is balanced. Whenever another minion is frozen, add a copy of it to your hand. So you freeze something with the Voodoo Hexer, and then you play this, and you get a copy. Is that worth it? Who knows what you're freezing? Or you play this on turn 8 with Cryostasis? I just think if it had bigger stats, it might be pretty good, but it's just so weak. It's like a 1.5-star card. It's not good. Warlock. Sanguine Reveler. 1 mana 1/1, battle cry. Destroy a friendly minion and gain +2/+2. 1 mana 3/3 is pretty damn good. It's good. Especially if you pair it with some kind of egg, maybe. Like a lot of people tried to make like Zoo Warlock good with the Devilsaur egg and the Ravenous Pterodax, where you destroy the egg and you adapt twice. This is pretty good. I mean, if you can destroy... Okay, so you say you play the egg turn 3. Turn 4 you play... I don't know. Anywhere, whatever you play. But you play this first, you destroy the egg. So you get a 5/5 and a 3/3 for 1 mana. For, I guess, technically 4, but that's a 4 mana for an 8/8. That's pretty good. I think this card's going to be in a lot of the warrior, like the testing decks that people will be trying to do once the set releases. It's a 3.5, 4-star card. I think it's really good. I like it a lot. Next we get Defile, another AoE for Warlock. It's a 2 mana though, so it's pretty cheap. Deal 1 damage to all minions. If any die, cast this again. So it's a Jade Killer, huh? It's pretty good. So say you can combo it yourself, I guess, if you just play a weak card too, if you can't activate it with your opponent's cards that are already out there. If you can play a one health card, just to get it to go twice at least. Then hopefully with getting it to go twice, it to actually kill something on your opponent's side of the board. I think it's good against Pirate Warrior. It's good against aggro decks, huh? So you're playing as Pirate Warrior. They play, N'Zoth's first mate. Turn one, they get the weapon. They get patches. Turn two, they play. I mean, they're playing Bloodsail Raider or War Axe or just armoring up. Hmm. What has 2 health in Pirate Warrior? Anything? I don't know. Maybe it's not that great against Pirate. I mean, it could be. Definitely could be. If you have something with 2 health and it just goes like ding, 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 clears the board. It could definitely be really cool, like just to see it, wipe a whole board with casting again and again and again. I hope there's more of these cast again cards. I hope there's like one in each class. It's definitely a very cool effect that they're adding in. I like it. Go 3 stars in the file. Gnomish Vampire. Battlecry. Remove the top card from your opponent's deck. It's a 2-mana 2/3. I mean, that's OP, right? How's it not? So you're playing as anybody. Any card that anyone puts in their deck is good, right? So any card you just burn is good. Especially I mean, it's a 2/3 for 2. It's like, what's it called? Arcanologist, except it's taking a card from your opponent's deck and just removing it instead of pulling a secret out of your deck. I think it's pretty good, man. I don't know. Any deck that plays combos, any deck that needs certain cards, like what if you're playing against a mage and for whatever reason you play it and you make them burn any of their big cards? Antonidas, Alexstrasza, Pyroblast, Firelands Portal. Like if they're losing burn, it's pretty good. If you're playing any deck, it's pretty good. I like this card a lot. This is a 4-star card. I think it's really, really good. Definitely interesting. 3.5 4 stars. Next we get the Warlock Legendary Blood Queen Lanathau. 5 mana, 1/6, lifesteal, has +1 attack for each card you've discarded this game. So that's good. It doesn't have to be like in your hand for the effect to start taking control. It's just throughout the game. But what if you discard this card? Like then you're just fucked, right? I don't see how that's good. If there's a new card that's like discover a card that you discarded this game, sure, it could be decent. But okay, first of all, what does it need to get to be good? Like a 4/6? Would you be happy with a 3/6 for 5? Maybe 4/6. You'd definitely be happy. 5/6, you're really ecstatic. But to do that, you got to discard a lot of cards. You got to be playing Soulfire. What's that? The Darkshire Librarian. Uh, Doomguard, obviously, I guess. You don't really want to be playing Lakari Fellhound. That's tough, man. I don't know. I don't think it's that great. 2 stars. Next, we're moving on to Warrior. 1 mana, 1/3, animated Berserker. After you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it. That's too niche. You're not playing it in Taunt Warrior. You're not playing it in Pirate Warrior. You'd need like a Enrage deck, I guess. But still, you want to enrage the minions on the turn you can actually attack with them, not prior to attacking with them, because then it just makes them weaker. Your opponent can remove them easier. So you play a minion. Say you play Amani Berserker, and then it becomes a 5/2 on turn 2. I mean, that's pretty good. It's definitely pushing towards the Enrage deck, or other cards that have a if this card takes damage, summon this. If this card takes damage, do this kind of thing. It's interesting. I give it 2.5 stars. It's a cool design. Blood Razor. 4 mana,
Warrior Weapon Battlecry, and Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to all minions 2/2. So if you think about it, 4 mana, 2 damage to all minions, and 4 damage wherever you want it. That's really good, right? Like, that's so much value. Especially if you're playing Alkalite of Pains in your warrior deck. Because you could just, if you just use a Death Rattle, you don't have to use mana to get another card. Then you attack, you get 2 cards. This is a really good card. A really good card. Granted, what are you putting it in, though? Putting it in Taunt Warrior? You take out one of your Fiery War Axes or something? Maybe. I think it's a 4.5 star card, though. It's got a really good value. Really, really good value. Next, we got Mountain Fire Armor. That sounds like a name of a spell, not a minion. Right? Shouldn't it be like Mountain Fire Knight? Mountain Fire Armored Knight? Something like that? I don't know. 3 mana, 4/3. Death Rattle. If it's your opponent's turn, gain 6 armor. So that makes you want to go face, and he doesn't want to kill it. So it's either just going to sit on the board, or you're going to ram it into something and not get the Death Rattle. It's okay. Again, I don't know what... You wouldn't put that in any deck right now. It's like a 1.5 star card. I don't like it. Next, we got the Valkyr Soul Claimer. It's a 3 mana 1/4. Whenever this minion survives damage, summon a 2/2 ghoul. Okay. So... Huh. So if you play... What was it? This card into it, it's pretty good. So as long as you get 1 ghoul, right? So what are you getting? You're getting 3 mana for a 3/6? It's pretty strong. It's good stats for sure. And if you're playing Whirlwinds and Ravaging Ghouls, you're just getting a lot of other ghouls. The Ghoul City. It's pretty good. Give it 3 stars. 3.5. Next we got Dead Man's Hand, 2 mana. Shuffle a copy of your hand into your deck. When would this be good? Only if you're shuffling, like, really powerful cards, right? The Zoth. But what are you playing it in? Are you playing it in Taunt Warrior? Or are you just creating like a new style of Fatigue Warrior deck? I mean, it's kind of like Gang Up, but it's not kind of like Gang Up because you're not putting just one copy of a card back in. You're putting multiple copies of, or not multiple, but a copy of each card in your hand. That's tough, man. That's really tough. Dead Man's Hand. You have to be playing some really strong Fatigue Warrior or like N'Zoth Taunt Warrior. I don't know. It's okay. 2 stars. I have to see more of the cards. 2 mana, bring it on. Bring it on. Gain 10 armor, reduce the cost of minions in your opponent's hand by 2. Why would you ever want to do that? I guess it's strong against aggro if your opponent doesn't have many cards in hand. You just gain 10 armor. But is that really going to save you if you're reducing the cost of the other minions? 1 star. Alright, we're getting into the neutrals. Slow. Snow Flipper Penguin. 0 mana 1/1. It's cool looking. He's waving at you. But is he doing anything good for you? Not really. I mean, I guess it's a little buff for the Build-A-Beast part for Hunter, because it's just pretty much +1/+1 to any other minion for 0. Average. Yeah, I don't know, man. 1.5 star. Next, we got Cobalt Scalebane.
It's a 5 mana 5/5 dragon. At the end of your turn, give another random friendly minion +3 attack. That's strong. That's really strong. If you have control, that's really strong. How is that a common? That's so strong. Should at least be a rare, right? Especially where it's called Cobalt Scalebane. Come on, Blizzard. Blue, blue. Anyways, that's like a 4-star card. That's really strong, especially in a dragon deck. If you get, man, that's pretty good. Maybe 3.5 star. Next, we got Sunborn Valkyr, another Valkyr. Why is there an E on the end of that? Whatever. 5 mana, 5/4. Give adjacent minions +2 health. That's really good too. um, yeah. Wow. So what deck would you play that in? You played it like a Taunt Warrior? Well, not really Taunt Warrior. You don't have to be Taunt Warrior. +2 health. What needs a lot of health? Priest likes health. Because you can just heal your minions up. It's a really, really strong arena card as well as the last one. They're both 5-star arena cards, in my opinion. Give adjacent minions +2 health. It's a cool card for sure. Keep something alive, keep your Lyra alive. Well, you're not really going to be... It's kind of hard with the 5 mana to squeeze it into a deck. But it's definitely strong. I'll give it like a 3.5 star for constructed, and like a 5-star for arena for sure. Next, we got Necrotic Geist. It's a 6 mana 5/3. Whenever another one of your minions dies, summon a 2/2 ghoul. Huh. So it's kind of like a shitty version of Cult Master, because you're not drawing cards, you're just creating other minions. So you want to have a big board, then you want to play this card, so you just trade in stuff to other creatures, to other minions, sorry, to create 2/2s, but is a 2/2 good? What if your minion's better? I guess you're clearing the board and just creating bodies, but I don't think it's very good. That's a 1-star card. Maybe a 1/2 star. Bone Mare. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. 7 mana 5/5. Give a friendly minion +4/+4 and taunt. It's a lot of value. That's really strong. 7 mana 9/9 taunt. It's one of the best cards in the set. How is this common? It's like a 4.5 star card, I think. 4-star. Definitely must pick in arena for sure. Anytime you see that, just snap pick it. Unless you're, I don't know. What's better than an arena is like a neutral common card. Bog Creeper. Primordial Drake. Well, Primordial Drake's not. That's an epic. I think that's just a really good card. Really, really good card. Next we got Mindbreaker. 3 mana 2/5. Hero powers are disabled. Look at this creepo. Got some pretty sweet looking hair. Hero powers are disabled. So what hero power do you not really care about? I mean, they're all good, right? That's why they're hero powers. Druid and like Jade Druid. I don't think it's good. 1-star. Shallow Gravedigger, 3 mana 3/1 Death Rattle, and add a random Death Rattle minion to your hand. More random effects. But it has 1 health. So it's definitely going to die quick. You'll get the other card quickly, but who knows if it'll be any good. You could get Ticking Abomination and then shit your pants and hate your life and bottom right. It's just not going to see any play in Constructed, I don't think, at all. 0. Phantom Freebooter. Damn. 4 mana 3/3. Gain stats equal to your weapons. Hello, Pirate Warrior. Wow. Imagine if you have even a Fiery War Axe. It's going to be a 6/5 for 4. You have Arcanite Reaper, an 8/4 for 4. If you have an upgraded Arcanite Reaper, a 9/6 for 4. Is that good? Is it? Yeah, it's good. That's a tool for Pirate Warrior, man. I think that'll see some play in there for sure. That's a really good card. 4 stars. Taking Abomination. Everybody hates this card. Blah blah blah. It sucks. 0. Okay, cool. Uh, Corpse Taker. I was gonna say Corpse Talker. Good thing I caught myself. 4 mana 3/3. Battle Cry. Gain taunt if your deck has a taunt minion. Repeat for Divine Shield, Lifesteal, and Wind Fury. That's pretty cool. So if you put it in a deck with Alakir the Windlord, do you just get all of them? That's kind of cool. So you don't get charge though, but still, Taunt Divine Shield gain 6 health is pretty neat. That's a good card. It could see play in Paladin, I think. What has deck with Wind Fury though? Did anything with Wind Fury actually get played? Not really, right? I mean, it's Vicious Fledgling, but he has to gain Wind Fury off of an adapt. So it's not starting in your deck. What actually plays Wind Fury cards? Nothing, right? Except Alakir, but no one plays Alakir. Hmm. So it's most likely you're just going to get the Taunt Divine Shield if you put it in like a Paladin deck. It's not bad. It's a good little heal. 4 mana 3/3, gain 6 health. If you stay alive. I like that card. 3.5 stars. Next we got the Meat Wagon. Why would they let that name pass? God only knows. Meat Wagon, 4 mana 1/4, Death Rattle, summon a minion from your deck with less attack than this minion. So obviously you want to buff it, because you're going to be drawing a card with 0. Not drawing, sorry, summoning a card with 0 attack. Who's got 0 attack? Doomsayer, Validated Doomsayer, Lightspawn. Yeah, that card's just not good. That's like another 0 star. Nerubian Unraveler, 6 mana 5/5, spells cost 2 more for both players. Yeah, cost too much. If it was like a 4 mana 2/2, well, 4 mana 3/3, I think it's just bad. 0. Prince Keleseth, oh boy, the princes. 2 mana 2/2, Battlecry. If your deck has no 2-cost cards, give all minions in your deck +1/+1. So every deck runs 2 drops. 2 drops are very important in this game. Everybody's throwing around Quest Hunter as something that could do this. I just don't think it's good. 1. Next Prince Taldaram, Battlecry, or a 3 mana 3/3 Battlecry. If your deck has no 3-cost cards, transform into a 3/3 copy of a minion. So this one's kind of cool, I guess, because you can copy one of your minions or your opponent's minions. It's not restricted to your side of the board. Granted, you want to copy a card that has some kind of effect, whether it's Ysera, Malagos, Gadgetzan Auctioneer, maybe. Would you put this in, though? What kind of deck would you put it in? Copy a Tyrion? That's kind of cool. So it's basically with that card Faceless Manipulator, right? But your deck has to have no 3-cost cards. What deck plays no 3-cost cards? Nobody, right? I don't know. It has potential, so we'll give it 2.5 stars, but I just don't know what the potential necessarily is yet. Next we got Prince Valinar, 4 mana, 4/4. If your deck has no 4-cost cards, gain Lifesteal and Taunt. No 4-cost cards. Mage? Mage really only plays Polymorph, right? Maybe Water Elemental. Could be okay, Mage. Could be okay in Rogue. Rogue doesn't play any 4-cost, right? No. So this one might be the best. This has potential to be the best, but right now this one in my eyes is the best. We'll give it a 3 3.5 stars. It looks like it's it. Let's check Hearthpwn to see if anything else got released while I was recording. Come on. You can do it. Let's just go like this. Let's just go back to Hearthbone. Oh, we got Ben Brode returning as the Rap God. Other than that, though, nope, no other new cards revealed. Oh, I didn't see this one, actually, so we'll talk about that. Archbishop Benedictus. 7 mana 4/6, shuffle a copy of your opponent's deck into your deck. So your deck is fucking gigantic. Why would you ever want your opponent's cards? I mean, I guess you gain them sometimes in Priest anyways with Thought Steal and Mind Vision and stuff like that, or Curious Glimmer Root. But do you want that many cards? I don't think so. That's too much. It's such a shitty body, too. 4/6? It's a legendary. Give it like 7 mana 6/6 at least, or 6/7, something like that. I just don't think it's very good. It's like a 1-star card. Other than that, we got everything else. Thank you for watching. I had fun making this video. It's nice to talk about the cards and just throw ideas off a wall. I will be making more as the set continues to grow. Once the set's completely released, I'm going to break it down class by class, have little mini videos on each class so you can kind of see the synergies. That's the goal. I'm going to try to focus on synergies, what you can do in decks once everything's released. Sounds good. Thank you for watching. Check me out on Twitch if you would. It's /Fred_Z. I try to stream weekdays pretty early in the morning to mid-afternoon for now. Thank you again. See you later. Peace.